Hello everyone, welcome back to Capsule Cast for week 1 of the main season. I am your host, xmat. I am joined with my co-host, Destiny.
Hello.
How you doing?
I am honestly I'm doing good, and this is definitely interesting way to start off a main season this week. Yeah.
It's been pretty crazy this week. We've had some pretty fun matches. Do you want to get straight into the first match?
Let's do it.
Cool. Okay, so the first match we have Namek versus GT. Now, to start off this match, we had Pycon against Baby, two extremely heavy hitters for each team, I think it's fair to say.
Mhm.
And the start, it was an even start, both kind of going blow for blow on each other. Um, but Baby tags out, um, and we don't get to see the conclusion of that sort of fight. Um, in this match, there was 3 tags. GT tagged twice, Namek tagged once, which, I mean, it goes on. GT win match in the end, so, you know, maybe the tags came in there a little bit. Um,
Mhm.
my MVP for the match was Baby, just because he did so well against Pycon, and when he came back in, he did another 40k, so he did 70k overall.
He
Um,
did
and
a lot
he
of
did
work.
a lot of work, and when you consider who's going against Pycon, I think he came back in against. I think it was Nail he came back in against. Two
Yep.
very strong members of Namek. It's very good. The 70k is like better than like what it would be if
And
it was against weaker members, if that makes sense. Um,
and also and also just so people know, since this is main season week 1, there are people on the FA bench for the first 5 weeks, and for Namek we have Tambourine, and for GT we have Pan.
not not too surprising with either of those. Pan, I think everyone knew that GT were going to probably FA bench to Pan. Tambourine
Hmm.
maybe is a little bit more of an iffy one with King Piccolo. I'm not sure. I think it's yeah,
I think
toying
I think
toss
it's
with
more of a
both.
toss up between the two,
Yeah,
but they do seem to have a lot more of like the melee type characters on their team,
so
so they probably wanted a more spam focused one.
yeah, for team balance, it makes sense. Um,
Hmm.
do you have any thoughts on this match?
Honestly, like this really was just a match where tags kind of decided the game. Like Nuova was cutting through people's health bars, but most people were either tagging with like a bar and then like a sliver of the yellow left. So they were always like healing back up to 2 bars.
You can't tagging. Obviously, it all depends on how low you tag and how much of health you gain
And
back. But yeah,
especially since people like Sin had especially since people had like Sin had Savior, and Roshi also had Savior, but he never came in. So
I think that baby tag was definitely one
hmm
of the big clutch ones because he got a full. He was practically, near enough 10k, but he managed to get into the yellow bar um, and gain a full bar back off of it. So,
because I think he has healing. Yeah, baby has eternal life, so he probably went to his last bar, but healed enough
to go,
to where it showed the yellow bar.
which it came in clutch really, how well he did. So,
Also, his blast stock usage too, because he came in, did like a B, and he came in, did like a B2, instantly transformed, and was only one blast stock away from ape.
he used the full power, didn't he? Instead of going 8. I remember that,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which is still a very good use of B1 stock because full
Hey,
power is good.
still fine if you win the match.
Exactly. And the full power, I think he used the final flash off of it. I can't remember if he hit, but
Um,
so.
I think so because I'm remembering Baby has the death ball in his 2 final forms.
I don't think he used his
Yeah,
ult.
he has a final flash B2.
I think that's what he did. Yeah,
Yeah,
he did a B2, didn't ult. So
I was just like, because I know his final flash is his starting form, or the starting form that GT uses for the start of their season. That's his ult.
no, I think he transformed and used it as a
But
B2. But, yeah.
honestly, yeah, like congratulations to GT on getting the first win of the main season for 2023, and honestly, already having a better start than most seasons because they
I was
do
gonna
have a
say,
win.
is this the first time GT's won week 1?
I think so.
Because we all know that they're a back end of the season team.
Does that mean that the curse of GT is broken?
The curse of GT
Find out
is
next time.
broken. Is it going to be a reverse curse though? Back.
If it's a if it's a reverse curse, then that's very bad for them considering how playoffs work now.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But yeah, well done GT. I think Namek quite unlucky. Some of the tags really did just come in against you really, and you didn't have probably your best. Well, almost definitely your best member. So
Literally the best member recorded on that team.
yep. So better luck next time. I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah. That's everything I have to say. Any final remarks?
That's for all we know, next season, Sin and Nova could be switching places.
Ooh, now that would be tasty. Get on to doing that, guys. Come on.
But yeah,
Fun.
that's kind of the only thing I wanted to say.
Well, let's get moving on then. The next match. Match number 2. Kaiju versus Budokai. So we had, again, really strong start, like from both teams in terms of the characters that were going against each other. Bardock versus Adult Gohan. What a match! It's the FA revenge match. Adult Gohan coming back to spoil his old team.
Actually, funny enough, PyCon versus GT was also an FA revenge match.
It was.
But just a FA revenge match of a couple seasons in between.
A couple of seasons. Plus, I don't know, I just remember Adult Gohan at Kaiju a lot.
No, yeah, he definitely was on Kaiju last year.
He was a lot scary. He was just a scary character in general, isn't he? So, yeah. Which, again, this fight, like, Bardock versus Adult Gohan was really even. Until Bardock tagged. So, another clash of the Titans being a bit of a slobber knocker. In this match, and now it's not surprising because they were renowned for this like every season, I think. There were 6 tags. 4 of them were Kaiju. 2 of them were Budokai.
Which makes you think, considering how the first match went, that the team with the more tags would be winning, but no, Budokai won this.
Budokai won, yeah, even though Kaiju has double the number of tags. A lot of that was because of Supreme Kai. Unbelievable.
Also, also a lot because of Nappa was kind of missing everything.
Yeah, Nappa missing everything was pretty bad on Kaiju's end. I mean, it can happen for the spammer, so I wouldn't take too much note of it, especially because Nappa was a top 3 character last season anyway, so it's one of them. It's a bad day at the office, is what we'll say for Nappa. But Supreme Kai being the MVP for Budokai, just literally spamming that rush. He loves that rush.
Can we say rip to early Goku's stats, because he came in with last bar of Oob and last bar of Nappa, who transformed to Ape and tagged, by the way.
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I remember going Ape and then tagging. Yeah, RIP early Goku stats, but as we'll go down the list later in the week, or later for the match in the week, early Goku gets off quite lightly for stat RIPs. So maybe not too bad. It could be worse. It could be worse. So yeah, just a really strong showing from Budokai. Well done on the win. Yeah. Unlucky Kaiju, because I don't think that they were too far off really. I just think Nappa needs to connect a little bit more, and it's a completely different sort of match. So
Well, honestly, albeit it's always nice seeing Nappa on like spam and stuff because he has one of the best apes. Because his ape, because unlike most apes, he gets a natural defense 2 in his ape form. But and I'm pretty sure his ape's also one of the ones with super explosive wave.
one of the
But
powerful B2s or ults, whatever.
especially on an ape, because apes are big, it's just innately big.
Yeah.
Like have you seen Harudagard's?
Oh god.
Harudagard's covers like half a map.
It's crazy. Yeah.
But honestly, they could go. Eventually, I feel like melee Nappa might be the way to go. Because, be honest, spam does kind of hurt when he has that volcanic explosion that isn't an ultimate like Sin.
Yeah, it's one of the roughest B2s in the game. Just because, like, if they're too close, you get kicked out of it. If they're too far, they just fly out of it easily. It can be rough. Blazing Storm is very, very good, but it's just expensive. They usually...
I mean, for a good reason, because
for a
if built
great
for
reason.
spam, it does a lot of damage, and it's also extremely hard to dodge.
Oh no, yeah, it's a great reason why
But-
it costs what it does.
Which is funny, because I just realized how many similarities Sin has with Nappa.
Yeah, they are very similarly built in terms
Base
of their
ones.
kit. Yeah. Well, any other comments about this match, or are you ready to wrap things up?
Just congratulations GTA and poor early Goku. Literally almost did not even need to come out.
Poor early Goku.
Actually, technically he didn't even need to, but he did.
Praise Supreme Kai though. Good boy. Can't believe what they've done with him since obviously they've had him in testing in pre-season. Considering how he was good for dirt, but never this good. So, well done, Budokai. Ready to get moving on to the next match?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because I'm also totally not watching the thing at the same time.
Yep, that's not happening. We're professionals, don't worry. We have Earth Defenders versus Royals. So, to start the match, we have...
all right. Actually, one question before you do. Tell me, did a Vegeta win the match, or did a Vegeta win the match?
Vegeta definitely won the match. I will say that. Definitely a Vegeta.
I don't know. I just like accent questions when there's more than 4 Vegetas.
That's crazy, isn't it? 5 bloody Vegetas. Oh my god.
But technically, with this team, there could have been, considering Royals. Royals could literally be an entire team of Vegetas, so...
It could be, yeah.
A team of 6 Vegetas, just think about that.
That would be ridiculous.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so to start the match, we had Deborah versus Na, and praise the Lord, if there is one, there must be one, because Deborah did 40k, he killed Nam. In fact, he did a little bit over 40k, because he killed Nam and then died to, I think it was Goku came, was it Goku? Might have been one of the Vegeta. Someone came in, no, it was mid-Vegeta, I think, came in and killed Deborah. So yeah, he did 40k. Pre-season Deborah is not, well, maybe not pre-season
Oh.
Bora, but he's not terrible. Basically, he's not done 20k.
Well, yeah,
Well done, Royals.
it is 1 week.
It's 1 week, but the curse may or may not be broken. It looks like it could be though.
As long as he does well by week 5, he won't be on the FA bench.
Yay.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Well, hopefully he does really rubbish in week 3, but every other week he can do really
To be
well.
fair, it's kind of hard to justify him on the FA bench when your FA bench is Pilaf.
That is true, but if anyone can mess it up, it's Deborah.
That's true. He has been in over Pilaf before. But what is it? Yeah.
What was you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, honestly, Deborah like handling Nom with like a bar and a half left into mid Vegeta with one of his newer skins, by the way, that we got. If people haven't watched the stream,
Watch it now.
it's his pink Bad Man shirt.
That's because he's a bad man, obviously.
It looks so weird when he's in Super Saiyan though.
It does look a little peculiar, doesn't it?
No, you should see it when he's in Super Vegeta.
Oh no.
It's so weird. Speaking of, we got a Vegeta fight.
We did. We actually had 2, technically. Wait, no, maybe was there 3? There was 3. Was there
Well,
not?
I mean, you can't really count King Vegeta as much because he's
He's a Vegeta. He's still a Vegeta.
No, he's a Vegeta, but he's not the same Vegeta. He doesn't have the Rush Blast. He doesn't have the Rush Blast restriction like literally every Vegeta, I think.
But he's
Except
the
Baby
king
does.
of all Saiyans. It makes him even more of a Vegeta. He's the original.
So let's just say we found out why Majin is superior to Super Saiyan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's totally not in lore reasons, solely just because he has Power Body.
Yeah, Power Body is definitely.
Also, we got a Vegeta versus a Goku fight.
We did.
And yeah, Majin Vegeta got Spirit Bombed for 21,000. And so I just want to tell you right now, Mid Goku came in versus Majin Vegeta, and literally 3 seconds into the fight, he has almost no health left. He is at a bar and a half. But also at the same time, he ulted Majin Vegeta, who had like near full health, and Majin Vegeta died to a combo.
That's what we call quick turnarounds. That's what we call absolute insane damage. That's what both of them can do, really.
And then we also had a quick fire ult from Baby after a dodge, which does happen occasionally. Oh. No, yeah, I see why you say we had a Vegeta fight. Because it's literally N Vegeta versus King and Baby now.
Yep.
So yeah, Vegeta did win the fight.
Vegeta did win. This is true. All the true statements.
So yes, we're totally professionals here, and I'm not just saying stuff as I'm watching it.
Yes. Well, I my professional.
We have notes. Don't worry. It's just sometimes
notes.
We don't remember everything.
Exactly. Like my note now is there was 1 tag in the entire match, and it was on.
And Deborah didn't do shit.
Deborah did shit.
No, like Deborah didn't do shit.
Oh, that's funny.
I can understand how it can be. Though, I'm be honest. I know, like Deborah did well and all to start, but I think the MVP for this match was Majin Vegeta.
Yes.
Taking out all of mid Vegeta without losing really like a bar and a half. And then still coming back and almost taking out mid Goku after taking a Spirit Bomb for 21,000.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if mid Goku did his Give Me Energy B1, he would have killed.
Straight up, yeah.
He literally would have killed.
Well, I mean, it's unfortunate, but I don't know whether Majin Vegeta would have given time to use that B1 anyway, because of how aggressive he was being. I think that yeah, definitely Majin Vegeta was the MVP. Like, he took out very important members on ED, and just left it to be quite well, not a simple task, but M Vegeta is still a very, very strong opponent, but an easier task for King Vegeta and Baby to finish off. So, yeah, it was a very well-deserved win for Royals. Although ED, you put a good fight in, and you easily could have won it at the end. It's just a little bit unfortunate that maybe Nam didn't do a little bit better against the Bora, or just if maybe you could have limited Majin Vegeta's damage, but it is Majin Vegeta, so it's kind of difficult to really do that sometimes. So yeah. Any final remarks, Destiny, or?
No.
Okay. Then we shall be getting on to moving on to the next match, which is Boo Saga versus Muscle, 2022 champions, as it says on the banner there. Well, this was a very, very fun match. So, we had Buhan versus King Cold as the starters, which I'm going to be honest, it actually went almost as I expected, except King Cold did a little bit better than I thought. Buhan had a definite lead. In fact, he went quite far in the lead at one point. King Cold brought it back a little bit with super explosive wave and a couple of B2s.
Also,
but tagged.
though the main thing is, ding ding ding, this is one of our first matches this week, because there were two, with an elite. And I'm gonna tell you right, and can you give me a guess without looking anywhere who that elite was? Because it was not who you would expect.
Well, I already know, but
no, I know, I know,
if I weren't to know, yeah,
to not know,
I would have guessed it was either Evil Boo, Kid Boo, or Buhan, of which it's none of them.
it's the fat man. It's the big blob. It's the first one. It's Majin Buu.
The original. Well,
also,
not really, but kind of.
Well, the first one we saw in the show.
Yeah.
There you go. Also, something funny. This match, both of its commentators were its coaches. So imagine how they felt.
Imagine how Ryan felt. Getting deleted on again.
With 13 in for the first time this season, by the way.
Scary Boy 13, who I believe, if I remember correctly, I think he did about 80k as well, so yeah, another scary performance from him. Kind of unlucky that he went against, well, Majin Buu on his day, and just, Majin Buu just decided, no, everyone's dying today, so not really too much 13 could have done about that.
Which is funny, because normally Majin Buu is the Buu Jin's problem, or the Buu Saga problem child.
He has notoriously been, yeah. But
yeah.
I guess he decided, no, I am the king now. I am the true champion of Buu.
Versus the champions of last year.
Exactly. Honestly, there were two tags in this match, both from Muscle, but it didn't really make any difference to the result. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I think Muscle, for the most part, they've got a scary team, right? I mean, look, this lineup they actually fielded, I think most teams would be scared of, right? I just think that the way Boo Saga is set up at the moment, they could do this to any team. And the fact that they've got Majin Buu working so well, I wouldn't be too disheartened if I was Muscle, necessarily.
Also, it might have been a coincidence, because at least from what I heard from Boo Saga, Majin Buu isn't really the best. Or wasn't really in a super good spot right now, and they were planning on changing stuff until, or actually, from what I heard, is Majin Buu wasn't even supposed to be in this match. It was supposed to be Vegito, but stuff happened. They ended up using a weekly bench on Vegito, and I mean, hey, it paid off.
It most certainly paid off. And well, maybe Fat Boo isn't
The worst.
yeah, maybe they underestimated my boy.
So I will say, it looked Bujins was kind of not in the lead for most of the match actually because of 13.
13. Yeah,
Yeah,
13 came out.
still 13. You just need to do elite to make sure your team fearsome.
Yep. If you don't go elite, you ain't beating 13.
Well, you can beat 13 without elites. It's really hard without them.
Well, you can beat 13, but there's just the rest of the team way in.
Alright, but I think that's really all that needs to be said about this one, because it's kind of like 13 did his thing,
Boo did
Majin
his
Buu
thing.
elite.
And yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think we've come to a fairly valid conclusion, and yeah, I'm ready to get moving on if you are. Cool. Right. Yes, I'm definitely ready to get moving on. Lovely. So, we have Cold Kingdom versus Dirt. Obviously, I'm going to probably be biased. In fact, no, I am going to be biased.
You're
obviously.
going to be biased.
Of course, it's my team. But
So I want you to explain one thing before you even say anything else.
okay,
Why did you bench Mecha Frieza?
why is
On the
Mecha
FA
Frieza
bench.
FA bench? Okay, so basically, well, part of it was his last week performance where he didn't ult at all, and I got a bit upset about it. But not just on that. If we're looking at actual testing, he's just been. It's between him and Zarmon who have been the sketchiest. So they've both been. I mean, they've both been doing probably between 30 and 40k, but it's like usually towards 30k as opposed to 40. So it was like between those two that were looking more. Yeah, they were looking towards the FA bench, right? So the only reason Zarbon got in was one because of that last match in pre-season where Mecha just didn't decide to ult and didn't really do very much. But two, because Zarbon, because of last season, of how well he did, I placed a bit of a higher value on him from his performance last season. So that is literally the only reason why he's in over Mecha. That and, in testing he's done still decent enough. So, that's why. Tao and Jace have looked pretty good in testing overall, so I didn't really consider them. And Freezer and Cooler are like my heavy hitters, so they were never going to go on the FA bench. So, yeah, that was my reasoning. Right.
Alright.
Any thoughts on that? Was it a surprise that I benched the FA bench Mecha?
Yes.
It was. Okay.
I literally looked at the builds and I had some shock on my face because I honestly thought you were going to FA bench Jace.
Jace has been quite reliable, surprisingly, but as we see in this match, actually.
Oh yeah. Speaking of the match, Zarbon kind of gets his. Zarbon kind of doesn't go too even with Ginyu, which is surprising, honestly.
It is.
Though not as surprising since Derp has been. I don't know what they've been feeding Ginyu.
Ginyu has been on some very wacky. I don't know, something insane. He's been on. He's been doing so well in pre-season, and that's why I put Zarmon in first, because I kind of expected it to be Ginyu starting. Him on 19, I would have thought. 19's FA bench, coincidentally, but so I started Zarbon because Zarbon usually deals well with like heavy hitters. He's done well against like late Piccolo and stuff before. It didn't really pan out this time. I don't know if the Eternal Life on Ginyu kind of factored into that, because Zarbon doesn't have lots of damage. He's more of a tank, so I don't know whether maybe that factored in. But he did okay. He did 35k probably with healing. But the man that I want to talk about really is Jace. Now, Jace at the end of this match, he came in, I think Bobbity had about 10k. He swept through Bobbity, but the more impressive thing is, he went up against the champ, and not only did he beat him fairly comfortably. Like, he just outspammed him. I think the matchup was kind of against Herc, really, because he has Presence Bomb, which is one of his best B2s, but his other B2 and his ult are Rush B2s, and Jace, both of his B2s are beams or a ball. So every time that like Herc would try to use B2, Jace would just counter using his own B2, and there's not really anything Herc can do. He'll just run into the B2. So it was kind of unlucky for Dirt for that matchup to happen at that point, but I'm still happy with Jace for just cleaning out house, and he did about 50k, so I was pretty happy with him there. So the only other thing to really mention that I've got notes wise is there was one tag in the match, and that was us with Cooler, and that was pretty much it. Have you got any thoughts on the match?
No.
No thoughts?
Nope.
No commiserations for Dirt?
I have no idea why you guys kept Bobbity. There you
go. He did well actually in the match, surprisingly. He kept.
No, yeah, it was just when I always think of counters to Cole, it's always 19.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think if 19 had been in this match, the match could have moved a lot differently. Although I like to think with Cooler tagging and Jay still having about 25,000, that we may have still got the win, but it definitely would have been a lot more difficult if 19 was in. But hey, sometimes it's just the way it goes. But good match there, and good luck for the rest of the season. I can't wait to see what you do, especially with Ginyu. Alright, are we finished talking about this match? Done?
Yeah.
Cool, let's move on then. So, the next match number 6, I think this is now. Resurrected Warriors versus Sentai Squad. Now, this was a really, really interesting match for some of the stuff that happened. So, before I even say anything, is Jiren the new Deborah? That is my question. Is Jiren the new Deborah? Because my man did, what was it, 150 something thousand last week? He did, I think it was 5,000 this week. 5k. What happens to this man? It's so sad to see, because he looked so good last week, but he just got absolutely out aggressed this week. Completely. Like, he didn't have a chance to really do anything. But yeah. What was I going to say? Oh. The match, the start of the match, we had Marju versus Sailwoman. Which... Guess. Who won that? Guess. Take a guess, Destiny.
It was Majub.
Yep, Marju. Very, very strong character, as we all know. He did beat Sailwoman down. She tagged. She escaped on like one
Also,
bar.
he had his ult. Just, you know,
He used his ult.
he hit it.
He hit it. Wasn't it like one hit?
There was like maybe 4, actually.
Oh my goodness. The best ult in the game. Definitely.
No, we all know the best ult in the game is getting used.
Well, Ginyu's ult is pretty good.
I was more
For the
talking
other
about
team.
meme quality. I was more talking about meme quality.
It's definitely good meme quality, and it's definitely good for
So,
the other team stat padding.
I will be honest. I mean, like, you may say Jiren did bad and all that, but like, he didn't come in the savior, so he couldn't do like his big ult that he's normally known for. Actually, wait, did he come in savior?
I think he did.
No, it says he has savior on the builds. I'm just rechecking, so my fact is correct. Oh no, yeah, he did. Oh, he had just missed his high power. Yeah.
Yeah,
It also doesn't help that Woman basically did almost no damage to Maju.
that is true.
And Maju just innately counters Jiren because Maju has DA, so Jiren's power body giving stuff won't work.
That's true. I think.
And also
You
Maju
have to
was
give
not
a
letting
lot of
Jiren
credit
charge.
to Marju. Yeah.
Yeah. No, like, I don't think this is, like, of course, Jiren could have done some stuff, right? But it's like, a lot of credit has to go to Maju for shutting Jiren down.
Oh yeah. But you know.
Which normally is very hard to shut down because of his ult. But
I think this just shows that pressure works quite well against Jiren. If you just put a lot, don't give him a chance to recharge.
it also
having DA.
helps that Maju literally has a 2-bar volley that he continuously can spam.
Yes.
Like, he doesn't even need to do his other B2, which is also a decent one too.
Yeah. Both his B2s are really good. And I think he was on attack too, was he not? So
I have the builds pulled up right now. He is on Attack 1, Serious, Fighting Spirit, Indignation, Vanishing Break, and Tendency. So he's more of a all-around fighter.
yes.
He's also on Cell AI, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, that Marju literally has such a good kit to be an all-rounder, so I'm not really surprised.
I mean, honestly, if it wasn't even for what is it? Maju having so little health at the end of fighting Jiren, he probably would have gone elite.
Yeah.
Because he took a bar off of Birder while taking while taking Jiren out and most of Woman.
That's true. Another person that really another new character as well, didn't do as much.
21.
21, yes. It's unfortunate. It's sad to see the new characters not doing as well, but
I feel like part of 21's thing is since she's so new, and because it honestly feels like just a whole new season with all the Patara changes, all the Masterless changes and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And the new character, it's like it just feels like a little soft reset that people were like trying to figure out everything. And well, I'm guessing the team that got 21, because I don't remember them testing 21 all that much before they got her.
No, I don't think they did. I think RW, surprisingly.
RW did and Budokai did. I know those. But, yeah, it's like 21 I just don't think has just enough testing for... Like, of course she has enough testing via staff, but she doesn't have enough testing with teams.
Yeah.
Also doesn't help that she's on Demonic Bargain versus a Burst character.
Yeah, that's never really the best.
And an android character at that, so she can't even suck the key out. Which, yeah.
This match was definitely the 18 Marju just show. They pretty much just did it together. It was the duo that did it, as opposed to, I mean, not to knock Aita and Yamcha. I think Aita actually did fairly poorly, but Yamcha, you were talking about stats earlier. He was the one that got absolutely melted, like his stats. He came in, and I think there was about 4,000 left on Salewoman, maybe less.
I mean, you say Ader did poorly, but I mean, like, Salewoman can still do stuff. And
no, it was more the fact that I remember, he didn't. I think he
didn't do it. He didn't take out the last character. I think that's why.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. We get to see. I'm pretty sure we get to see one of their renames of extra large Spirit Ball.
Yep, that was the.
But I'm pretty sure 90% of his damage is on that ultimate because a certain someone had no health left.
Yep.
Anyway, that kind of just finishes off the match of, well, really good for RW, and I just think Sentai had, because like Birder did well, albeit like Birder did well enough, and Salewoman did fine after she came back in.
Yeah, but it was always. I think her against Marju was always going to be tough anyway. But
yeah, or I think she at least needed to do like 2 bars to Majub instead of just a bar.
And then maybe Jiren come in and ult like he's known to normally do, but it's one of them. These things can happen. I wouldn't be too disheartened if I was Sentai. They've still got Saiyaman to come in, who we all know is really, really strong from last season. With Coombs on the FA bench, who I think they could bring in at any point if anything was looking too bad. But it's one of them weeks. I think we won't see Jiren. As much as I joked that he knew the Bora, I don't think we'll see that performance again. I don't think that's likely. So, you know, commiseration Sentai, but well done RW with just Marju at 18, just absolutely stealing the show.
Oh yeah, one more thing. RW FA benched Tien.
Yeah, that's, I think in testing he's just not looked all that great, and I don't think he even looked too great in pre-season, so I'm not surprised. It's unfortunate because it's one of their lone characters, but I mean, he's never going to get in over. I don't think he'll ever get in over Tapion, especially since they had such a good.
He might get over. He might get in over 18 or Yamcha. Who knows?
Maybe that will be seen later on in the season.
But shall we get moving on to the next match?
Let's get moving on. Yes. So we have Cinema versus Hybrids. So, I mean, I would say, do you want to talk about it? But I know that we're gonna just check through it. So I'll start off. So we had Fasha versus Kid Gohan to start with, which went pretty much as I expected.
Oh, by the way, we boosted Fasha.
Oh yeah, you put starter kit, didn't you?
Yeah.
On Fasha, yeah. So, do you want to explain what the starter kit does?
The starter kit I can explain real quick as soon as I can find the Patara list. Starter kit is a boost store Patara. One of the new boost store Pataras for the season is a 5 Zenin cost Patara, which it gives you Riding Fighting Spirit, a green aura, which is just really effect, base key 1, active heart, tag bar starts at full, quick charge, and secret measures. Which means secret measures is basically KSA for starters, but your blast stocks are charged like shit.
Yes. But
and then the quick charge, some people may think it's bad, but it has been found out that it's not just for B2s. It's for like smash attacks, you charge them right.
Yes.
It's for stuff like that. Just
Okay.
like chargeable attacks will be faster. So it's not just B2.
So it has multi-purpose use
Mm-hmm.
almost. So do you want to explain why you put that on Fasha? Because I'm pretty sure I heard that it was to do with performances and testing on that, right?
Well, that thing is she did really well on it. And funny enough, versus hybrids, and we have a plan for our boost. It's just hybrids is one of the teams that normally is like a lot closer of a matchup for us. So we thought, okay, let's do this on our one character and see how well it will work out. And I mean, it did work out.
You did do well.
Just she's just not the only one on the team.
Yes. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was about to get into that. So, I mean, Fasha versus Kid Gohan went as I think a lot of people expected, with her kind of trouncing Kid Gohan. He did transform and get a bit of damage back in before he tagged, but I think everyone expected that matchup to go the way it did. Now, there was 2 tags in this match, and I think this may be what came to bite you in the back a little bit. Both of them were hybrids. Your team decided that they were not.
My team does not like the tag. I already know this.
Yeah, well, it was unfortunate. I don't know whether.
Can I get some tag luck from Kaiju or anyone?
Yeah, Kaiju, let everyone else start tagging, please. Please give everyone your tag luck. Thank you very much. Yeah, the only other real notes I have about this match, Team Gohan was almost definitely the MVP for hybrids. He just spammed like a motherfucker.
One of the times where Team Gohan actually does what he's built for.
Yes, it's just
And well as well.
it's difficult to actually go against Team Gohan on his days. He can,
Especially when you have a character with demonic bargain. Team Gohan wants to go full power and ult you.
Yeah, that's not what you want. Demonic bargain against max
Though,
spam.
even then, Jane still did 30k. That's not the character that did the worst that match.
I'm guessing we're looking at Mr. Garlic.
Garlic Jr. did not even do 30k.
Oh dear. Well,
And
who did he go against again? Was that Teen as well?
Future. Teen tagged.
I knew. Yeah, I thought Teen tagged.
Teen was the other person to tag.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. Basically, you needed Gogeta did well for you though, right? From what I remember.
He did the best in the match.
Yeah. So you needed Garlic and Jane, mainly Garlic, to pull up the slack a little bit.
Mostly Garlic because like Jane did bring Teen low. Well, yes, the tag. I mean, it's kind of a demonic bargain user versus a burst. Well, not even ult spam, just burst.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Jane, I suppose, well, 30k on against Team Gohan is probably worth more than maybe, I don't know, how much did Garlic do against Future? 20k?
27k.
27,000 against Future. It's, you know, comparative to how important the characters are, 30,000 on Teen is more.
Like, how important the characters you're taking out are to the match.
Yes.
Like, Kid Gohan, not really that much important. Fasha didn't even take him out.
Yes. But,
actually, yeah, I think that's kind of just what happened. The kind of sad part is, like, no one killed.
Yeah. Hybrid
and
tagging was... Yeah.
And the unlucky thing is, over half of hybrids have something that they want to tag with.
Yeah.
So like KSA is on Future and Savior is both on Teen and Trunks.
Yeah. So tagging becomes all the more valuable for them.
Mhm.
It's unlucky. I think the tags did obviously play a key part, but also maybe Garlic, well, definitely Garlic doing more. Maybe
Oh yeah.
if Jane got a little bit luckier with his matchup, but it's one of them.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be disheartened by it.
It's just how the dice goes, I guess.
The cookie
Though,
crumbles.
can I say, can we stop going against hybrids first thing in the main season, please?
How many times has
It's
it
like
happened?
almost the third season in a row.
That is very much unlucky. Oh, can I ask? Raditz on the FA bench. That was a little bit of a surprise to me.
It's because we want to see our main roster for the first 5 weeks. There you go.
Oh, okay. Was he not under consideration at all, or was it just like you just wanted to definitely do that the first 5 weeks?
We just wanted to do that for the first 5 weeks. Trust us. Trust me and Stuffy. We heavily thought it because we were like, who the fuck do we put on the FA bench? Because at the time everyone was doing fine. Also, Gogeta might have had this if he didn't get ulted by Team Gohan.
Basically, team just absolutely clutched for every second he was on the field.
Yep.
It's unfortunate.
Almost won in the game too.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And then we have Kid Gohan 8 versus Gogeta.
Which, if I remember correctly, Gogeta just swiftly swatted him away like a bug.
Yeah, two BBKs and yeah, he's out. Though it makes it. I do like how we may have lost, but we went out in a bang. We ruined Trunks' stats.
This is what I mean. Another set of stats ruined. We was on about who was it earlier whose stats got ruined. Who did 2 bars? Oh, who was it? Someone did 2 bars in the match earlier, and you said their stats were ruined. But now this was the worst.
I mean, a lot of people's stats were ruined.
This is the week of ruined stats.
It was early Goku.
Oh, early, yeah.
But yeah, he at least had bars to work with.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Trunks had a pinky.
A pinky. Oh my dear Lord.
But anyway, shall we get moving on to
the final match?
The final one, yes.
Of a very good
week. Well, it kind of helps that most of them stomps.
Yeah. Well, look. Yeah.
Well, speaking of
stomps, so we have. Rugrats,
actually,
and we had. Oh, what was you
real quick. Remember how I said we had 2 elites earlier, and we're on the last match and we haven't mentioned it.
Yep.
Yeah, we have our second elite.
Yep.
Of the 2023 season, and I know you already know, but if you if you didn't know, who would you guess? For which team?
See, I find it hard to guess. I was about to say that because if I didn't know, it could be Rugrats with Aurelia or Trunks. It could be androids with, well, Cell 17 or 16.
Or maybe Super 17. You don't know.
Maybe Super 17, but I don't know. He hasn't. I haven't seen him.
He hasn't wowed you like the other people have.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, obviously, it ended up being that man 17. But I think it's, from what I checked earlier, it's his 4th elite of the new.
It's his 4th elite of the new season, or of the technically the new league.
Yes.
He's gotten one every fucking season.
It's crazy. It's absolutely ridiculous.
He got one in 2020.
Yeah.
You want to know what's funny?
What's funny?
Half of his elites were versus Rugrats.
Yep.
He got one versus Rugrats the same time Aurelia got one, I think.
Yes.
one of the first double elites in a match.
Craziness.
He got one in 2021. I forgot who it was against, but he got one. He
Mm-hmm.
got one in 2022, and he got one in and he just got one for 2023. Also, by the way, it's funny because they it's his first elite with one of his new colors, by the way.
One of the
With
new costumes.
we have Ranger 17. He went all MVP 17 on that.
The Ranger MVP.
I mean, it did. Hey, you got an elite, so
Did,
it worked.
yeah. New costume, new
So,
season, same 17.
though, really weird. This match is just like normally, like this is a really close match, even though people in Discord might say otherwise, just because they have PTSD.
Yep.
But no, like this is a really close match. A little bit of not right predictions, but you know it was the first week of the main season, where not everything is like concrete, set in stone. And I mean, even if you don't get stuff right in anything, can't really.
You can't
Elite
predict
is an
this.
elite. And but honestly, like Aurelie versus 17, which is normally a really good matchup for Aurelie. Funny enough, because she can stay in 17's face while he can still charge. Obviously, he has to spend more time in the melee game. But yeah, it's not going as well.
Yeah, I think that really was the hint clip of this match was O'Reilly just not doing well at all, which against androids it's usually, and obviously it's kind of known in the Discord, but androids fear O'Reilly. It's like their PTSD is O'Reilly. Every time she steps on the field against them, they hate it.
By the way, speaking of ruining stats,
Oh,
so 16 had the same amount of do as Trunks did to Gogeta.
yep. And what?
So
How
they
how long did it take him to do it though? He he almost
yeah.
lost.
He almost lost it for Super 17.
Yep. He almost really ruined Super 17 stacks.
I mean, to be fair, like when you're dealing with the spam of Kid Trunks, you still do have to watch out. But it's just crazy to think that if 17 just survived a little bit longer, that would have been our first 2-man of the season.
Yeah. It's crazy. Especially because, like, again, usually Rugrats have a decent hold on androids to the point where they're both fairly even.
It's
at least.
really close.
Yeah. But no, O'Reilly being shut down hard really just proved to be pivotal for this match. Also, little side credit to Perfect Cell, the return of Mr. Perfect Cell, and he just easily kind of like went through GT Goku
and
hey,
he did some work versus Cell Jr.
Exactly.
Which finally we got Cell Jr. versus Cell.
Thank goodness.
Finally, it only took 4 seasons.
It finally happened.
Only took 4 seasons. Anyway, shall we get going?
Yep, I think we should.
God, this is a kind of fast week.
Yeah, it's just slaughterhouses. That's the issue.
It's either slaughterhouses or the ones that seemed close were not as close as we thought.
Yes, 100%. Right, let's get moving on to my favourite part of the week, prediction. So for the first match of week 2, we have ED versus Cinema. Let's hear the old lineup. We want to hear it.
Alright, we are benching Janemba.
Okay, Jane NBA on the bench. Cool.
We're starting Garlic with a semi. I say semi. It's literally just one Potara change.
Oh, okay. What's the?
He is not having launches anymore. He's not having launches. He's having chase down artists.
Ooh, interesting. But that
Followed up.
gives him a lot minus in clashes, doesn't it? Am I thinking of the right one? Is that the one that gives him a -2
It
in
gives
clashes?
him a minus in Clash, but he doesn't really clash that much anyway. But what chase down artist does is I need to find it real quick. I swear I just had this. I just had this pulled up. Hold on, give me a moment. But while I'm searching for that, we have after Garlic, we have Turles.
Turles, he's back, the boy.
Okay, so now I dropped something. What Chase Down Artist does is it gives you Vanishing Attack +2 and Dragon Homing +2, but you perform worse in clashes.
It's basically a -2, if I'm right, like a
Yeah,
anti-power of rage.
that's literally the league note, is you have an anti-power rage on your build.
Aha, see, I knew that. Oh, okay.
But the Vanishing Attack and the Dragon Homing can be effective.
Oh,
So yeah.
interesting.
And then after Laturlis, we have Fasha. Not being boosted this time, by the way. We're not boosting for this one. And then to finish off the match, as apparently it seems to be a trend for us right now, we are finishing with our fusion boy Gogeta.
Gogeta. Okay. Hmm. I think so.
I'm just gonna straight up say this: Edie wins.
Okay, that is surprising.
One is not really on our home map because we always struggle on the more open link maps, like Hyperbolic Time Chamber. But also, considering how well they did versus Royals, when Majin Vegeta literally took out 2 characters without breaking much of a sweat, and then Krillin is coming in, which is one of their better characters.
Definitely that one of the most.
And they're probably not going to bench mid Goku.
Yeah.
So, and one of the Vegetas will be in, whichever one, it doesn't matter, it's a Vegeta character. Or they all might be in and all might be benched for all I know. Like, I just think ED's going to win this. Like, I may be biased towards my own team, but ED is just a super strong team this season.
Yeah. I'm going to have to, unfortunately, agree with you. I would love to say that I think you're going to win, but I see ED, and I've said this before, I see them as definitely one of the top 3-4 teams this season with just how stacked their lineup is. And the fact that this week they're going to be bringing Krillin back in, but whoever Krillin comes in for, it doesn't really make much of a difference because he's such a consistent, good character that I don't think it's going to give them much of a drop. If it even gives them a drop, it's more likely to give them a boost. Whoever he comes in for. So yeah, I'm going to go with ED.
So that's 2-0.
ED. I think you'll make it
Ye
tough.
have little faith.
Ye have little faith. A wild Tosh has appeared.
Ah, yes. Hello, Tosh.
Hi.
You say you have little faith. I literally voted against my own team, so.
That's what he means. You have little faith,
Yeah.
Destiny.
Oh no, I have faith. I just I have more faith in that ED is going to destroy my ass.
Do you have faith in Cinema Tosh?
I would like to think so, but same division, so. conflict.
I'm taking that as a.
I got my one every so week. Tosh is voting for me last week, so.
Okay, so we'll say it's a 2.5-0 to ED.
There we go.
Tosh is bias is playing
Well,
it.
no, this next one is interesting.
Yes, the next match. So Hybrids versus Boo Saga. Now.
Oh wait, yeah, we do have to note that since people are now finally benching their characters, there will be a character coming in every week, so
Yeah.
that we know of.
Know of, yes. Unless they do some FA bench
Weird shit.
shenanigans.
Unless they do some weird shit.
Pretty much, yeah.
Which is funny enough, it's ultimate Gohan for
Yep.
hybrids for coming in versus Busog of all things.
Yep, I think that's probably a
Funny.
necessity. It's funny, it's also probably a necessity in terms of, I think if they want to beat Boo Saga, that's...
We also do have Vegito for Boo Saga.
I'm going to very early say this, but I vote for Boo Saga. Because even in spite of Alt Gohan coming in, and Teen probably will be in as well, I'm just looking at Boo Saga at the moment, and I just think they're so powerful of a team that I don't see past them, basically. The fact that they've got Margin Boo coming in, doing 100,000 or 101,000, an elite performance. And then you've still got Kid Boo in the back, Boo-Han, Vegito coming in, even Evil Boo is still like a consistent performer. I can't see past them. So that is my vote. Destiny.
I will also second that vote as I think unless Hybrids is bringing their A game, aka their benching Kid, I don't know if they have the power to match up to Boo Saga. Though I think the main question is who is Boo Saga benching? Because that Majin Buu Elite certainly made some of their thinking caps on.
Yeah, it definitely would, I would imagine, change their opinion somewhat, but I still think whoever they bring in, it's scary for hybrids, so, or whoever they take out, sorry, it's scary for hybrids, so. Tosh, any thoughts?
Boo Saga.
Boo Saga. Okay, 3-0 Boo Saga then.
Just love it. Boo Saga, enough said.
Enough said. Cool. So moving on to match number 3. We have Androids versus RW. Now this is another one where I'm like, this is close, man. Like, after obviously we have one team for the elite again, but I wouldn't count RW out at all.
I can start this one.
Yeah, go.
I honestly think RW, and hear me out, they're bringing in Tapion, while Androids have to bring in Mercenary Tao. Androids might bench Super 17, maybe bench Super 17. But it's more like RW can just easily bench like 18 or even 8 or something. And like Tapion, still a really good character. While I think Androids isn't going to have their strongest lineup, RW might.
Yeah.
Just by happenstance. It's not even like actually going for it.
No, I agree. I am going to agree with you, actually. I'm also going to go RW. Not to knock Androids, because obviously they were pretty ridiculous this past week with 17 Cell, but I think that, I'm guessing, it's complete guesswork, that Androids will bench one of Cell or 17. I think they'll probably want to get that out of the way early. And I just look at RW with Marju, with 18 doing really well, with Tapion, and even from testing, and what I remember a little bit in pre-season, Yamcha was doing fairly well as well. So I'm just going to go with RW based on that. So yeah, Tosh?
I want RW just because out of spite.
So
I don't care if Android's my old team. I just like because of what happened last week.
So 3-0 to RW, although the one is out spite, so heads or tails on that. Right, okay, so moving on to match number 4. My favourite match of the week, obviously. Kaiju versus Cold. So, do you guys want to hear
Sure.
my stuff? Okay, so basically, Zarbon is benched this week because we're on a night map, and I really don't want Zarbon going against apes, to be honest. So we have Tau, Jace, 100% Freezer, and Cooler in that order. Everyone is pretty much on their usual builds, so Tau's on his key, Eternal Life, Jace is on his super +1 build, but Jace has not got Saviour. 100% Freezer has Saviour instead, because I don't want Jace using his ult against an ape, and then just, being bounced off like nothing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So Jace got quick fast into the Saviour basically, and Mecha's 100%'s got Saber instead of latent energy. So yeah, that's my builds. I am going to very quickly be biased and say that I'm going to win, mainly because, well, one, I'm biased, but two, I think 100% Freezer and Cooler being in against the apes, or potential apes, is going to be quite good for us. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. Destiny?
Alright. Off of that, I think your team has a higher chance to win because you're putting the characters that aren't as good against the apes in the front. So they have a less of a chance of going against an ape.
Yep, that was exactly why I'm trying to do it, yeah.
But I also think Kaiju also have a decent chance to win because they do have the tag game, and considering some of their members like to run Savior and stuff like that, I definitely think Kaiju can win this, but I'm going to go Cold.
Cool. Tosh?
I'm gonna go Cold as well.
A full house. 3-0 Cold. I think that's like our third full house.
It's our third one, yes.
So, in fact, no, it's 4.
No, technically no, because 0.5 my team.
Oh yeah. Right. So next match we have Derp versus Rugrats. Now, I think I'm gonna go with Rugrats. Now, might just say that I'm just doing it to like make Toast feel happy, but it's not actually. I think that I know. I know that obviously this past week wasn't as good, but I feel like it was a complete one-off with the way Rayleigh sort of performed. And I think you said Kid Trunks and Goto were in before the cast, right?
Oh, for this week,
Fusions, yeah.
it's Cell Juniors first, then it's Kid Trunks, Goten, and then the Rayleigh.
Okay, so that is probably,
Fusions are on.
to me, that's your strongest lineup. With Cell Jr. and cause he's been a beast in testing as well. So I'm gonna give it to Rugrats based on that. Don't get me wrong, Dirk put up a good fight because Ginyu is just a beast at the moment, and I'm sure.
Who's the one coming back in for Derp?
Solza.
That is a decent character to be coming back in.
Solza is a very good character to bring him back in. I think Herc also, he didn't really have a good time last week, but again, very powerful character. So I think that Derp will make it difficult, but I just think that Rugrats, that's probably your best lineup. And we know that Fusions have been pretty decent so far from what you've done in tests, so yeah. I'm
Well,
gonna
this is the fusion. This is the fusion build that we use against hybrids in preseason week 3.
which Trunks did amazingly.
Trunks ended up doing 20. I mean, not 20. 97k. That's
Go
along with he did 60k before fusion.
Go Tanks was basically trying to do as much damage as Trunks did before the fusion.
Yep. um,
But
yeah.
what
What's your
is it?
thoughts, Destiny?
I'm gonna go Rugrats just because that Trunks build is insane, and like this is just a pretty strong lineup. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Derp wins. Let's just say that,
They're definitely
considering
stronger than
who they can
previous
bring in.
seasons.
Mm-hmm.
100%. Tosh, I take it I know your answer, but I'm gonna ask anyway.
It's obvious.
Rugrats. Cool.
Totally no bias showing.
No bias.
Totally all because he's voted.
Well, yeah, that's what it is. I've been biased. I can't comment on bias. You're the least biased, Destiny. So.
Yeah, I voted against my own team.
Right, so that's 3-0 Rugrats. Another full house. Mad. Right, okay. So next match we've got Sentai versus Namek. Now, honestly, this one's a real toss-up for me. In fact, so much of a toss-up, I'm going to pass it straight to you, Destiny.
All right, I think okay, here we go. Here we go. I think Sentai's gonna win.
Ooh. Okay.
Just get rid of Say Woman or 21, and there you go. You got a team.
I think Sentai is gonna take it.
Ooh.
Though I will say, Late Piccolo's coming back in, and that is a hard character to get past if you don't burst him down.
Yeah, but Jiren. I know Jiren had a bad first week, but Jiren.
I mean yes, but it also depends on if Jiren even sees Late Piccolo.
It's
Do you know what?
Jiren.
Do you know what?
He
Just for the sake of balance, and because we've got so many 3-0s, I'm gonna go Namek, and I do have reasons why as well, obviously. But I do think Late Piccolo coming back in, being like arguably one of the strongest members on Namek over the last, well, definitely definitely the strongest member on Namek over the last 3 seasons. Combined with how well Nova did, combined with Pycon being a beast in pre-season. I know that we didn't fully get to see that last week, but he still did pretty well. I think that obviously it depends if King Piccolo is the one out, but if he is the one out, definitely I can see Namek winning. If he's not, I can still see them winning just with how powerful the rest of their team is. So yeah, for the sake of balance, I'm gonna go Namek. So that's 2-1 Sentai. Yeah. Okay. On to the next match. We've got Budokai versus Muscle. I'm gonna go with Budokai. They just feel like way more.
It was
complete.
Budokai versus 2.
Muscle.
I think Muscle.
With Bojack and early Piccolo coming back in, by the way.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Budokai. I think early Piccolo coming in is actually, most seasons we say, oh, early Piccolo's coming in, and we'd see it as like a bit of a detriment to the team. It's fair to say, I think. But this season, from what I've seen in testing pre-season, early Piccolo is not only like a decent character, he's good. With this demonic bargain build they put him on, very good. Honestly, that and the fact that not only have they got Supreme Kai doing well, but they also have Adult Gohan as their FA. I just think that I think they're going to win. I really do. And Muscle just doesn't feel like complete at the moment, especially because I think this week against Boo Saga they had what I would argue is their best lineup. Arguably, you could say Bojack over King Cold, but I'm not really too sure on that one. But yeah.
Funny enough, I was kind of what I was about to say for Budokai. Cause I'm voting Muscle because I think that Bojack's just gonna be in over King Cold, and I mean I don't think 13's going to be benched for a while.
13 is
Uh,
a problem for Budokai.
but for Budokai, it's like yeah, you have early Piccolo in, and that's great and all. He's doing good. Who do you send out for him?
Uh,
Because Supreme Kai is decent. Early Goku is still a good character. And then N Goku and Adult Gohan have been doing really good for Budokai.
I think it would probably maybe be early Goku, but that's just
Uh,
a guess. Um, I think at the moment, the way I look at it though, if you look at their team, whoever comes out and whoever comes in, they're just really terrifying to go against. So, I think the only thing that might be an issue, and it did come across my mind really, Muscle, like, if their characters transform, I don't think Budokai has much ways of dealing with sort of power body other than Adult Gohan. And maybe Goku if he's in. Either of them could be out. I think the rest of the team would struggle, but they could just kill them before they transform. So yeah. So I think that's what 2-1 to Budokai. No, to Muscle. To Muscle. Yeah. Is that right? Toshi voted Muscle, right?
Yeah, I voted Muscle.
Yeah. So 2-1 to Muscle.
Alright.
So
And for the
let's
final
move on
one.
to the final match. So we have GT versus Royals. I'm going to hand the floor to either of you, actually, Tosh or Destiny. Whoever wants to go first.
Who was the team? GT
GT and
Royals?
Royals.
GT.
Ooh.
I got faith in my boy Zal and his team. Simple as that.
Okay.
I will say still a little bit worried about whether we're getting preseason or not preseason Deborah.
Oh, come on. He's
I'm worried about that until the 5-week mark hits. Just let you know.
I'm going to go Royals. And I am literally looking at it through the lens of...
But...
Now, not only... I know what you're saying about Deborah. I know what you're saying.
No, I was like, but your boy, the doctor, is coming in.
The Doctor is coming in, and I love my boy, the Doctor. But can you picture a worse matchup than Dr. Gero against Majin Vegeta? Because I can't.
I mean, Jiro could just suck up his key.
He could, but power body. How's he gonna? He's not gonna be able to, bro. Trust me.
He has a better power. He has a better power body called False Courage.
That is true.
Yeah.
If Majin Vegeta lets him use it.
Honestly, I'm gonna say GT, and because the exact reason you said, I think Jiro will suck up Majin Vegeta, but also it's kind of hard for Royals to deal with the power body issue when 3 members of GT got through that, and 2 of them can just do it because they exist.
That is true.
But Meta is coming in for Royals, and actually, yeah, Meta's coming in for Royals, and I have no idea who's going out on the bench for Meta. So
the way I'm going to look at it is, I'm voting Royals because what you said just kind of reminded me what I think the Royals will probably do. I don't think Majin Vegeta will actually be in. Now, that's because I think that obviously, while he's just a great character anyway, but the fact that his power body won't work, it might like run through Royals' head to be like, right, this is a week where we bench him against a team that just counters him in general. So that is my prediction for the bench on them. But like, even without Majin Vegeta, you've got Deborah, who, okay, I know we're still worried about if pre-season Deborah is actually gonna stick around, or if You know, he'll be main season Deborah like last season and 20k performances
Mm.
and stuff. But I firmly believe that's not going to be the case. And then, even when at Deborah, you've got Metacooler, who is, I think, probably their most consistent character behind King Vegeta. Both of them just really consistent 45k kings. So, assuming they're both in, I don't know. I think it's hard for GT to overcome that. Plus, Baby. I mean, Baby has been doing really well. The first form Baby. Because I think he did really well in pre-season. He did well last week as well. From what I
What,
remember.
base baby for
Yeah.
Royals, or you?
Base Baby, yeah.
Yeah, but then you have regular baby. You
Yeah,
were
that's
saying
what I
one
mean. I
baby is
mean base
dog.
Baby. I mean base Baby. Yeah, I completely
No,
forgot.
no. I know what you mean now. I'm saying GT.
Oh yeah, no,
Base
yeah.
baby
That's
is
what I mean.
much
Yeah,
better.
yeah, their Baby is a lot better, but base Baby is still good for Rolls. That's what I'm saying. He's still been like consistently decent, like I think 45k. I just think Royals across the board, their team is really consistent. I'm not saying that GT are bad or slouches, but I don't know. I just think that Royals are consistently good, and I think that'll pull them through. Anyway, so it's 2-1 to GT for the
Mhm.
final prediction of the week. So, thank you guys for watching. If you want to check out the Discord, website, Twitter links, all in the description below, and the TikTok. Let's not forget the TikTok. We can get shorts posted to there fairly frequently, so go and watch those. Yeah, if you have any comments to make for what we can improve with the cast, please do. We always try and listen to your feedback, and yeah, it's been a great week, and I think it's time that we end the cast. I've been your host, xmat. I've been joined by my co-host, Destiny,
I'll see you guys later.
and a very special guest who appeared, a wild Toshiro.
See ya.
And yeah, bye everyone.